Actually, when was the last time anybody checked the guns in any of these things for how much bullets are sitting in them?
Well, none of them are complaining. Certainly kept busy.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm gonna run around in circles and actually check that the gun turrets are working properly, and that they're fully supplied with, energy. Or bullets. Some of these have 99 bullets. Speaking of which, didn't we have something like tanks to worry about?
Eventually.
I'm just saying, that's part of solving our problem with the batteries. Because, you know, batteries kind of need oil to be made. And we don't have enough in the on-site, really.
Yep.
So, that's the thing. Needs to be taken care of. And stuff. Things. Yeah.
You're sounding increasingly like an old man there.
Get off my lawn.
Do you have a lawn? There's a question for you.
I have a lawn. I mow the lawn every week.
I don't think I've ever had a lawn.
Never had a lawn. I know that there's a real serious limitation on space across the pond, so...
Sort of, yes. Whereas in the US, as I understand it, it's pretty much, here is a vast open plain, which may or may not be a wasteland, do what you like.
Yeah, it's kind of designed like that. I mean, you know the basic concept of building codes that you have? It's like, well, you can build this in this area and this in this area type thing. So we have that in most of the United States. What's interesting is going to Texas, and I believe Austin, specifically is what I'm thinking of. Austin, Texas has no, it has no zoning codes. It has building codes where it's like, yeah, you have to have these safety features in place, but it's like you can build an office park right next to a small suburban neighborhood if you want. And I'm certain that if I'm wrong, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to tell me different. But I do recall listening to a report on the radio about, you know, this is a thing that people are constantly dealing with and struggling with down in Austin, Texas, because there are no zoning codes. So it's like, yeah, you want a strip club next to a freaking chemical factory? Go ahead, do it. Like,
can't guarantee the clientele, but you know, it's there.
Well, I mean, you finish your work covered in sulfuric acid, and then you go to get a lap dance, and you just hope that the girl's butt doesn't melt off after she does it.
On the list of sentences I never thought I would say in a video.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna have 48 blue science packs on coming in now. Okay, I'm gonna go back to manufacturing the other stuff.
Well, that same bottom right corner is under attack again.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Let me check the map then. So, the best oil field that we have that we could even hope to get to is to the south, and it's not that far away from a pretty damn big, alien nest. So if you open up the map, if you could just humor me for a moment here, I need to try to figure out where we're gonna run our rail lines, because we're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get that oil.
So the top left area is the only real area where we can fit trains in, right?
Yep, but there isn't any
now,
oil there.
If we run the trains in and out of that top left area, it has to come out of the top or the left wall. Now tell me this. Where are the trains gonna run if they're gonna go towards an oil field to the south?
They're going to have to run down that sort of straight right next to that nest.
Yeah. So, lying, I think... Oh my god! The amount of red that's just descending upon that corner all of a sudden. God damn!
Well, the turrets handled it, at least.
Yeah.
Jeez. I am so glad that we reinforced this upper level. Oh, the corpses! Oh!
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
Jeez. Also, we finished concrete. Yay.
Alright, so, how are we doing on rail networks? So, like, what can we actually create for rail, for that matter?
We can make cargo wagons, we can make lines. I don't think we can do any of the really complex automation parts of them, but we can do a fair bit. Also, we are now successfully creating filter inserters.
Right there. Rail signals is going to be necessary. Oh boy. Because we can have train collisions if we're not careful. Basically, a line is okay if you've got one, you can get away with just stations if you've got one train on a single line, but if you've got multiple trains running on a line, you're in trouble. So you gotta have programming and signals, and just trains are a pain in the fucking ass, man.
Especially when they run into you, yes. So, of course, we had a big, sort of mild upset for your channel the last week, didn't we?
Yeah, there was something that, like...
Do you want to talk about that, or...?
I'm fine with talking about it. It's just, like, I'm thinking about it in the capacity of, like, man, people are gonna hear that and they're like, oh, that thing that happened, like, 2.5 years ago? It's,
Seems that way, seems that way.
So, because, again, I still haven't frickin'... It's just, it seems like every single time that I could potentially start working on editing stuff...
Something comes up.
You know, so...
I know that feeling.
There are other games, like, I saw some freaking awesome games at PAX South in January. It's May now, for anybody who's curious when we're recording. It's early May now, and I'm just like, man, this game is, like, so good. I really want to play it, and I want to put it up on YouTube. And then this happens with my channel, and I'm like, well, guess which one takes priority? So, like, just, what the hell am I supposed to do, man? Yeah, but what ended up happening was, there's been a shakeup happening at Maker Studios, and they've been restructured, reorganized by Disney, and as a result, they've started to cut channels. They've started to cut, you know, thousands of channels from their network. And they cut me loose without any real warning. If it wasn't for the fact that I was aware that crap is going down, I wouldn't even have a single clue. And I wouldn't have known that this was coming at all. So, I was relatively well prepared for it. You know, my paperwork's in to just, you know, like, say, screw networks, I'm going on my own. Just do straight through YouTube. Do exactly what, you know, like Jesse Cox and all of them did a while ago.
So you've got your Patreon up, and it seems to be doing fairly well from what I've seen of it.
Well, you know, I'm skeptical about whether or not it's...
Yeah, it's not like, it's not fully taken care of you just yet, but it's doing pretty well for having just started out and being a bit bare bones.
Yeah, it is pretty bare bones, and, you know, a big part of, it's doing its job well enough, which is what matters. But at the same time, I'm very skeptical about what that means, because, like, I'm skeptical because, you know, you can have a really big burst of initial interest, and then it'll just, like, die off. So I'm very skeptical about whether or not the Patreon is really all that successful at current, for that express reason. So, yeah, there you go. That's my story.
I would say Patreon's been a really great innovation in terms of my content, so if it wasn't for Patreon, I would not be doing this full-time. Then again, if it wasn't for Patreon doing so well as it is, I wouldn't have to do this full-time right now. The weird way that things work out.
Okay, that last statement was... what? Huh?
You don't understand that part? Okay, previously, before I was doing content creation as like a full-time gig, I was just sort of naturally on unemployment, is what you would call it. We call it job seekers allowance, but unemployment, basically.
Oh, no. Now it makes sense. You said unemployment. It's like, oh yeah, that bar for qualification, and then the minute that you get out of it.
So as soon as I started making a certain value of finance, they cut that off completely.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, because there's plenty of stories about, you know, like financial aid and food stamps and stuff like that, and the problem here in the US, where it's like, yeah, I'm on the stuff, but like, it's almost impossible for me to, like, stay on it. Like, I like, there are people who make a concerted effort where it's like, yeah, if I take a better job, then I can't afford my house anymore, because I'll fall off of financial aid, you know?
Yeah. You sort of need to be making as much or more from a given job the instant you start that job, or you're in trouble. Yeah,
and that's just it. A raise in your job.
So my Patreon took off faster than I was expecting, so I got taken off of job seekers and unemployment sooner than I was expecting, so I had to start doing it as a full-time gig, because if I didn't, I would starve.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's, I mean, just there's the experience that people have. Well, how to put it? Basically, there's just been... What the hell am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say here. The general idea, there's this mentality amongst many people that if you, Nope, my brain function has completely stopped as of now. I don't know what the hell I was saying.
Oh dear.
Never mind. Forget it. Yeah, it's gone. It's just gone. And we're actually at time for this one particular session as well.
Oh, just in time for your brain to go dead.
We've gotten basically nothing done other than reorganizing the whole system again.
I've got filter inserters going here.
That's all good and well, lying, but like, we've got to realize that there's more to life than filter inserters.
Well, yes, there's the blue science that they then go into.
Precisely. Get it straight, please. Anyways, I suppose we could come back and talk about that topic more. It's a complicated topic, and I'm trying to think about what I'm doing right now. I'm having a hard time, man.
Well, I'm just speeding up the crafting so that it will hopefully run a bit smoother, despite the current dearth of iron.
Alright, so, I guess we can go ahead and stop here for the moment, and then we, you know, we'll come back for a little bit more in a minute. Like, I'm certain that these videos are going to turn over really quick for most people, and they're just going to be like, what do you mean? It's been 2 weeks since you guys last recorded. It seems like it was just yesterday that I saw the last episode, type thing, so...
humble internet viewer.
Humble internet... Well, I mean, it's also kind of, you know, the fault of the person who's putting up the videos, which, coincidentally, I'm going to ignore all responsibility at this moment in time. Stuff. Red circuits. I need more red circuits. Are we exhausted for red circuits, or are we...
We should still have some in here right now. Yeah, but we don't have a supply of plastic coming into here anymore, so...
Okay, well, I think that we can go ahead and stop here for a bit, and thanks for watching, everyone. More Factorio coming at you later, you know. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself as we kind of just sit here.
If nothing else, you can enjoy me irritating Strife. I know that's at least what my community's coming here for. There
are a lot of people who, like, really got stuck in on my old Minecraft series with Parv because he did nothing but annoy me.
Yeah.
I've learned that as time has gone on. Just, like, some people will pop up, especially with the Patreon thing that happened recently. It was just like, I so love the stuff that you did with Parv, and it was like, wow, I didn't know that people still remembered that that was a thing that happened.
I went back to that recently and watched the episode where you finally give him the apple.
I so wish that I could have had his footage for that. I don't even remember where I got that apple from. It may have been from you.
It was from me.
Alright, well, we can talk more about that later. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Catch you next time.